How to speak English? If you really want to speak English, sit in English, eat in English, walk in English and talk in English. No matter you make mistake, keep talking, keep speaking. Listen to native speakers and try to imitate. Practice speaking daily, even by talking to yourself, and engage in conversation with others to build confidence. Immerse yourself in English by listening speech podcasts to improve both comprehension and speaking skills. Number 1. Make collection of words, phrases and sentence structures. You want to improve your English speaking but don't know where to start. The first step is collecting words, phrases and sentence structures. Collect 1000 common words which are very useful while speaking. Collect 100 phrases and 30 sentence structures. Like words incredible, literally enhance. You make a collection of 1000 for basic level. And next, phrases. By the way, pretty good. Wait and see. Like these phrases, you make collection of 100 for basic level. And sentence structure like I am not only a teacher but also a motivator. Either John or Peter will arrive tomorrow. No sooner had they arrived than the argument started. Make collection of these kind of sentence structure about 30 per basic level so that your collection will be fruitful for beginning. Read this collection carefully time and again and try to use while speaking. Number 2. Expose yourself to English every day. If you want to speak English, it's vital to get as much exposure as possible. You should be doing something in English every day, even if you are not actively studying. Listen to English music, read the news in English, commit to watching English language movies and television shows. This technique is called immersion. It is a great way to get used to your new language's sounds and words, which reinforces what you have learned. Number 3. Listen actively and regularly. Immerse yourself in the sound of English. Your ears need to get used to the rhythm, intonation and sounds of English. Active listening means not just having English in the background but truly paying attention. Watch movies or television show with English subtitle. Listen to English music and try to decipher the lyrics or tune into podcast on topics you enjoy. This immersion trains your brain to recognize common patterns, reduces the speed of native speech in your mind and helps you naturally observe correct pronunciation and sentence structure without consciously studying grammar rules. Practice speaking aloud, even to yourself. This physical act of moving your mouth and tongue to form English sounds is a skill in itself. You must practice it regularly. Don't be afraid to speak out loud, even when you are alone. You can read a book or news article aloud. Describe what you are doing. I am making a cup of coffee, or think aloud in English. This practice builds muscles memory in your speech organs, improves your fluency by reducing hesitation and makes you more comfortable with the sound of your own voice speaking English, which is crucial for real conversations. Don't fear of mistakes. See them as learning tools. The single biggest barrier to speaking is the fear of being wrong. You must overcome this. Remember that every single fluent speaker made countless mistakes on that journey. Errors are not failure, they are clear signposts showing you what you need to work on. When you make a mistake and are corrected, you are far less likely to make it again. This goal is not to be perfect from the start, but to be understood. Embrace imperfection. Communicate your message as best as you can and view every mistake as a valuable step towards fluency. Number 6. Think in English to improve fluency. A common habit for learners is to think of a sentence in their native language and then translate it words for words into English. This process is slow and often leads to errors because grammar structure differ. Try to switch your internal monologue to English. Start simple. When you see a dog, think that's a nice dog instead of the word in your native language. As you practice, your thoughts will become more complex. Thinking directly in English trains your brain to use the language drastically, speeding up your response time in conversations. Number 7. Learn phrases, not just individual words. While vocabulary is important, language is spoken in phrases, words that naturally go together. Instead of just learning the words, learn the phrases, make a decision, make a mistake, or make a phone call. Learning the chunks of language makes your speech sound and more natural and fluent. Number 8. Find a conversation partner of real practice. There is no substitute for real interactive communication. Find a language partner, a patient friend, or a tutor on a language exchange platform. Regular conversation forces you to think on your feet, use the language actively, and practice listening and responding in real time. A good partner will also gently correct you and introduce you to new colloquial expressions that you won't find in textbooks. This interactive practice is where your passive knowledge becomes active skill. Number 9. Focus on pronunciation and intonation. Speaking English clearly isn't just about using the right words, it's also about saying them correctly. Pay attention to difficult sounds that don't exist in your native language. Work on rhythm and music of English. The way your voice rises and falls in a question versus a statement, this is intonation. A slight mispronunciation can sometimes change the meaning of a word or make it hard to understand. Using online dictionaries that provide audio pronunciation can be incredibly helpful for this. Number 10. Set specific achievable goals. Becoming fluent is a vague and daunting goal. Instead, break it down into small, manageable, and specific targets. For example, your goal for the week could be learn 10 words related to cooking, have a 5-minute conversation about the weather, or master the past tense of 5 irregular verbs. Achieving these small goals provide a constant sense of accomplishment and motivation. It makes the long journey of learning a language feel less overwhelming and more structured. Number 11. Be consistent and patient with your progress. Language acquisition is a marathon, not a sprint. You will not become fluent in a month. Consistency is far more important than intensity. Practicing for 20 minutes every day is much more effective than studying for 3 hours once a week. Regular, repeated exposure is what builds and retains knowledge. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories and trust the process. Your hard work will pay off over time, and one day you will look back and be amazed at how far you have come.